Hello everyone, Padbox here, and today I'm going to show you another modification. This time it's Get Off My Lawn. So in short, it's a relatively simple block-based climb mod for fabric and quilt. It's available on latest versions like 1.19.4, 1.19.4G, 2 and 1.18 and so on. So I will start with crafting as it's the thing people ask the most. So it's the first item. The goggles of climb revealing, it's not required, but it's quite useful. Well, as the name shows, it allows you to see where climb starts and where they end, which isn't available by default without this item. Next, we have claim anchors. In short, it's the main claim block you place to claim the terrain. I'm repeating myself too much, I think, but whatever. So, there are few tiers, at least by default. The makeshift, the reinforced, glistening, crystal, emeraldic, and withered. Every of these tiers has a higher radius, but these can be changed in configs. So, in case of servers, you likely want to change them, so just so they aren't too big or too small, depending what you need. And of course, because these recipes require you to add previous claim anchor to craft, there are also upgrades which can be applied on the claim anchors directly. And they have technically they have the same crafting, except you replace the claim anchor with an iron ingot. And this there like this, just so you can see. One of the more unusual features of this mod are claim augments. In this case, like ender binding. These are more or less claim upgrades, augments you could say. Just as extra functionality and control over your climb. So the first set is Ender Binding, which prevents Enderman from picking and placing blocks, which, well, is useful when you are building, so or when you have a lot of things, just so Endermans won't release idle ships with a dirt block. Next one is Lake Spirit Grace. It gives you Dolphin's Grace and Water Breathing, if I remember. Yeah, Water Breathing, which is useful if you have a base near water. It's relatively, to be fair, all these recipes are relatively cheap, but if you are a server owner, you might want to either disable them in config or change the recipes with data pack. So, next one is Angelic Aura, and it just gives you regeneration, well, to every player in the climb, which is quite simple, but can be useful. They work kinda like beacons, to be fair. Next one is Village Core, which is a little different than previous because it doesn't affect player, it affects villages, allowing them to, be invulnerable. No, I can't say that word. Just they won't take damage from mobs, which, is useful if you know there are some zombie spawners nearby or you don't have too many torches. Like when it's just a little more dark. Another one, which, you might want to block if you're more survival-oriented server, but it's great for free builds, is Heaven's Wings. It allows players to just fly in the climb. Next one is Withering Seal, and it just prevents the withering effect if you are in the climb. So it's kind of for cheesing the wither, if you think about it. Chaos Zone gives, if I remember, a strength. Yes, strength 1 to all players within the climb. It's, I guess, quite useful if you have a lot of mobs nearby, because you don't have enough items for a beacon, because beacons aren't that cheap. And the next one is Greater, which is just pure visual. It just sends a message to the player when they enter the climb. Next one is a PvP arena. PvP arena. It allows you to create PvP arenas by controlling if players can fight or who they can fight. So you can, for example, prevent them attacking owner of the climb or trust people. Next one is Explosion Controller. It's mostly designed so you can enable explosions from droppers, when they are TNT farms, because by default this mod prevents them, just because I don't want people to grief your base. And the last one is force field, and as the name suggests, it creates force field around your claim so other players can't enter it. So to get started, of course you need a claim anchor, maybe upgrades if you want, but that's an optional thing, and some augments. I will show a few you can configure, but maybe some that don't, because why not? It's not like they really differ. There's a mostly safe describing, to be fair, if you use them. So to start, you just create makeshift claim anchor or any other and place it, and automatically claim is created. I can't see it because I didn't pick up and wear the goggles, but yeah, when you wear it you can see where exactly the claim is. If you want them bigger, before breaking the block of course, you just right click while holding the upgrades, and well, it will make it noticeably bigger. Now you can control it via commands or via GUI. To control it via GUI, just right click it and you will see a few options. First one just shows some basic info about the climb. Second one allows you to control who's trusted. For example, if you click add player, it will add another player. If there is someone online, they will be visible here, but if they aren't, you can click select by name and type their name here directly. For example, Herobrine. Just a classic example. And if you click, the player is added, but you can also remove them by clicking again. And that's simple. And of course, they can't remove you or add anyone else, as that's only thing owners can do. So next option, Archer Arguments. It allows you to configure them by, well, this UI, without having to click them directly. Which first I need to place them, because otherwise you can't configure them, of course. And you just need to place them nearby the climb. Like, for example, here, here, here. They don't need to touch directly, but they need to at least touch another argument. So, to configure, you either click here, and I will enable it like whitelist mode, okay? Yeah, I will leave it like that, and it's enabled by default. So force field, for example. And you can toggle here a whitelist mode, so if it's whitelist mode on, only players that are trusted or added here will be able to enter your claim. If you toggle it off, only players in this list won't be able to go in your claim, which is useful if you want to, well, block your annoying neighbors. For example, here you have its most common setting. You can change the mode, which, well, limits who gets the effect. For example, everyone will get everyone, trust only, well, will affect only trusted players, untrusted only will only affect anyone who was not trusted. For example, it's great for PvP one, or disabled, well, disables it, but it's kinda useless if you think about it. And here's, for example, a greeter where you can change the text. It's just as simple as hi player, and no save changes, and it will change when player, well, it will be visible when player leaves the claim. Now we have Heaven Wings, and it has the same functionality, and Angelic Aura. Angelic Aura is enabled in, well, House Zone 2, as you can see the regeneration and strength effects. And you can fly as a player, which is quite useful. And if you don't like UIs, you can always use good old commands started with /goml help, which shows every single command you can do, at least the basic commands. And as you can see, you can use goml trust Herobrine, and it will add Herobrine to the claim, same as using the UI. The same, you can go untrust the Herobrine, add owner, which is only a command because you can just limit people using it by mistake, which just adds another owner. List shows all climbs you can access. As you can see, I have 2, which is interesting because because I need it for an image. Yeah, so I have 2. And if you are admin, you can click to teleport to it. Well, admin or just have permissions. There's escape, which I need to turn admin mode, which I will tell what it does soon, and remove myself from the climb. No admin mode. Yeah, if I are disabled, and now if I type escape, I will be teleported out. Well, I got teleported out into a block, but generally it shouldn't happen. Fun. And yeah, it's useful when you are trapped in some players' claims, like they have a hole somewhere or something like that. But it can be enabled or disabled by administration. So that's about the most basic admin command, player commands, I mean. So now let's go for the admin commands. The basic one is gorm admin, which is, well, the main command, and there's few subcommands. Admin mode, which I will leave enabled, just allows you to destroy blocks in the claims you don't own, or just generally modify anything in them. It's useful when you want to, well, change something, or for example, remove some blocks, or remove the claim, because you can now, or just bypass any protection like the force field. Next command, which is also useful, is escape. It doesn't escape you, it allows you to specify another player that should be teleported out. It also doesn't check if player is trusted or not, but I don't think it's much of an issue. Next command is fix augments, which was added today as of recording this video, exactly as the publishing, which fixes the arguments if there's any ghost ones, because there was a bug. General shows the information about how many claims there are, which, for example, for some reason reports wrong numbers of words, but that's something I need to fix. Fun. The info command shows, well, information about the claim, including some admin only, like claim data, which is used to store settings. Next command is list. It allows you to see list of claims of any other player. It's relatively simple info, for example. Yeah, I'm not no longer the owner, of course. And if you can teleport to others' claim, which of course is quite useful. Next command is reload, which just reloads the config. Next is remove, which removes the claim itself. I will use it as last, because I don't want to break anything. Next is remove owner, which allows you to remove owners from claims. Of course, if they aren't owner, it doesn't work. And world, which just shows information about claims in this world. So if I type remove, the claim just gets destroyed, and this will vanish in a moment. And that's about it, because it's quite a simple modification if you think about it. It just claims. You can't really overcomplicate that. Well, you can, but I don't want to. So, it's about everything about this mod. So thank you for watching. The links will be in the description, and this time they will be when I upload it, because YouTube finally verified my channel. Yay. So link will be in description. It works on Fabric and Quilt, and is only required on the server, but you can install it on client, but doesn't really do anything aside maybe adding a tab in creative. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like, maybe subscribe to see more, and bye for the next episodes, I guess. No, yeah, bye.